Welcome back to the MediMobile Podcast. I'm Emily, a marketing specialist here at MediMobile. To introduce today's topic, billing fast and easy with MediMobile. We'll be diving into our advanced charge capture platform, and stay tuned for our revolutionary AI automated medical coding solution that can ultimately eliminate the need for manual charge capture. Lauren and Cameron, who lead our sales team, are here to show us firsthand how easy it is to capture charges and bill with MediMobile. Hello, you guys.
Hi, Emily.
Hello. Okie doke. Lauren, why don't you go ahead and share your screen and take it away?
Okay, so as you can see, my patients have populated to my list, and this is based off of the admit discharge transfer feed or the patient demographic feed. We can also populate patients off of the medical documentation feed. Those are going to be the notes that the providers create for their patients. We'll first populate your patients, and any missing bills will be indicated by this red line to the left. And you'll see here that my missing patients are on my list, and all I need to do, because of the information that we take in from the feeds, is go ahead and enter my CPT and diagnosis codes. And you can do this a few ways. You can enter the actual CPT code, the CPT description, or you can utilize our 3 folder options we have available in both the CPT and the diagnosis code fields. So our favorites list is populated by the providers actually selecting which codes they want in their favorites list. This can be sent over during setup, or the providers can select the favorites from the list just by clicking inside the stars. That then adds the codes to their favorites list. Their most used folder is populated with their most used CPT or diagnosis codes as they utilize MediMobile. Another option is the My List. We can load a customized list with the CPT codes and descriptions of your choice, which we do set up during initial implementation. So I am just going to select a CPT code from my favorites. You can see you can increase the units of the CPT if necessary. You can also add modifiers by clicking on the blue hyperlinked modifier line right there. You actually have the option to add your favorite modifiers to your favorites list as well. Once you have selected a modifier, if that is needed, you can go ahead and click done, and that would be added. We do have preferences that allow the pre-population of diagnosis codes based off of previous billing if that's something that your group does elect to have. You can then manage your diagnosis codes and your CPT codes simply by using the remove button. If you have more than one diagnosis code on your list, you can arrange those accordingly. After that, you just hit Save Bill. When we go through a demo with our potential customers, we point out the fact you can actually bill your patients in under 30 seconds.
Wow. Billing under 30 seconds, I think that is like so unheard of, but yet we have it to, give to providers. So, selecting your CPT and diagnosis codes, save bill, that's it. Everything else is pre-populated for the provider, making it very, very easy. What other features contributes to the ease of billing?
So like I mentioned, the pre-population of patients makes billing very easy. No one is having to go search or create patients. So the implementation of the ADT or the MDM feed, those being the demographic or the medical documentation feed, allow patients to automatically populate to providers list, which not only increases the efficiency, but also the accuracy of your billing. By utilizing the medical documentation feed, we know that we are capturing every billable service that providers are performing within facilities.
Got it. And, we say the word pre-populate. Can you maybe, go into a little bit more detail when it comes to like the actual tunnels that makes this work?
Yes. So what we do is we work with the actual facilities where the EMRs are located, and we work with their integration teams to receive those feeds. So our integration team work with the facilities integrations team to set up tunnels and feeds where the patients are sent over to us with all of their information, and we then take that information and populate it to the provider's active lists.
Got it. And then from your experience, and I could definitely speak to that to this question as well, but what are clinicians usually most impressed with?
I think it's the efficiency and the speed in which they're able to complete their billing. What do you think, Cameron, from your experience?
Yeah, so I mean, based on what I've heard from a lot of providers that we serve and that I work with on a daily basis, I think that a lot of people see the easeability and then also just the UI, the experience of it. Everything is color coded, everything is very easy to the eyes. Also, what I hear is there's like not all these little links that you have to click to, build or, just it's just really, really easy to the provider from a billing standpoint. And like you say, 30 seconds, that's it. Moving on to your next patient. And that's our goal. Just, really just creating that efficiency. So I want to talk about the AI system now. We kind of briefly talked about it towards the beginning of the podcast, but can we see how easy this process is with the AI system?
Absolutely. So on my screen, you do see a list of patients that have been populated. You know that our AI has run on particular patients with the light blue line to the left. So you can see right here on this example for Olivia Smith that our system has populated the CPT code and then the diagnosis codes below. What our system does is it reads the medical documentation and then assigns CPT and diagnosis codes based off of the information within the documentation. As you can see right here, we have a few unspecified codes where our system will ask the provider if there is a more specific diagnosis that could be added to this bill. You have a couple of options. The provider can go back to the EMR and make a more specified note in the document, which is then sent over to us in real time, and our AI will run on the bill again. Or the provider can come in and select to modify the diagnosis code right here in our system. They would just select the specification, and you'll see that that code went from yellow to green. So it's very fast. Again, the providers do have the ability to go back into the EMR and make those specifications in their documentation, and then that document will be amended and sent over to our system, and our system will then read those edits and apply those edits to the coding, where the provider can just simply log in and click approve to approve that bill.
Nice. And I think my favorite thing about the AI is that, like, yes, it's populating the CPT and diagnosis codes for you. But what's really, really huge to me is that the fact that it also recognizes if it's a valid code or if it is unspecified, which is also helping the provider, gain some insight to their notes as well.
Absolutely. We also have the scoring grid, which you can see right here on my screen, which does help improve provider documentation, which is the goal. Providers want to avoid denials, and a big source of those denials comes down to documentation that doesn't have the necessary details to bill out utilizing the diagnosis codes. So, what our system is doing is it's reading that documentation, providing the diagnosis codes, and then providing feedback to the providers. In addition to the scoring grid you see, we actually meet one-on-one with the teams just to identify any areas for improvement to increase revenue and also improve provider documentation. And you can see on my screen right here that the actual note is available for the providers, which again prevents providers from having to move to several systems just to do their billing. Everything is located within MediMobile, which decreases the amount of time providers have to spend billing.
Got it. Perfectly said. Everything's in one place. Makes it easier. So, what are the key differences from our legacy platform to our AI system?
The primary difference is that our system is adding the CPT and diagnosis codes for the providers. Another option we do have is called pass-through, where if there are providers that don't even have the time to approve their bills, the CPT and diagnosis codes assigned by the AI can be pushed over to the billing team for approval. So you can completely eliminate charge capture from providers' workflows. All they have to do is document within the hospital's EMR. We'll receive the documentation, we'll populate the CPT and diagnosis codes, and that will then be pushed over to the billing company for final approval before sending out to the billing system. Another thing that we offer with the active list is the population of patients from the MDM feed. Again, that increases the accuracy and ensures that all billable services are being billed out. When you depend on the ADT or the demographic/registration feed, patients can be assigned to providers based off of hospital registration. That doesn't include all the billable services that have taken place, which are documented through the EMR. By populating patients based off of the medical documentation, you're ensuring that all billable services are being sent out to your billing company.
Got it. Awesome. And then obviously, we pride ourselves on being one of the most affordable solutions in the market right now. But from a cost standpoint, how do our customers see their return on investment?
They see that return within 1 to 3 months. It's very quick. And the biggest reason they see that turnaround so fast is because those events that they were not previously billing, that were flying under the radar, are now populating to providers' lists as missing bills. So they're billing out things that they never ever billed out before. They're catching documentation that has gone unbilled previously.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah, and thanks for going over this. I think it's really highlight the benefits of not only our charge capture platform, but also our AI. That's really removing the the potential for providers to actually capture the charges on their own. So you don't have to worry about that anymore, which is a pretty good system. So thank you, Lauren. And I'm going to pass this off to Emily.
Thank you, Cameron.
And thank you, Lauren and Cameron, both for joining us today. Let's go ahead and say goodbye to them. From charge capture to utilizing our AI automated medical coding solution, MediMobile is dedicated to making your workday easier and increasing your revenue. Our solutions have helped over 50,000 clinicians save time and capture every charge, eliminating the need for manual entry and reducing claim denials. If you're interested in learning more about how MediMobile can maximize your revenue and save you time with our easy-to-use system, we want to connect with you. Visit our website to learn more or book a personalized demo, or reach out directly to us by email at sales@medimobile.com. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to helping you make your workday better with MediMobile.